Welcome back to Inside Africa. The world of high fashion is a glamorous one, but it is also extremely cutthroat, which is why having a friend in the business helps having family even better. Just ask the two sisters behind the up-and-coming Mataano line. The glamour of fashion on full display. Models sporting Mataano, a new label. One worth a double take. Mataano is a Somali word for twins, a fitting name for the two faces behind the designs. Ayaan and Idyl Mohallim left Somalia when they were just 9 to escape civil war. They grew up in DC, then went on to college, one in Boston, the other in Michigan. After graduation, the Mohallim sisters joined forces in New York City and took on the fashion industry with one goal in mind: to prove that Africa has a lot to offer.
Well, New York especially, everyone was wearing black.
Wow. Yeah, so we're like, we need color. You know, in Africa, every time the more color you wear, it's almost like the peacock theory, you know, people want to be noticed, they want to stand out, and so the world's taking notice. It's not about designers going to Africa for a safari and coming back with animal prints and big bangles and saying, here's your, you know, one-trick pony. Africa is not a homogeneous place. It has different cultures, so now there's a medium for it, and there's more and more designers that are traveling abroad and bringing that aesthetic to this new market.
I really like this. I think my favorite...
The 20-somethings who've been in the business for less than 2 years are designing with the entire continent in mind and using specific regions and subcultures as inspiration for their label.
One of the ideas that really stood central was this Berber tribe in North Africa called the Ule Nile. What was really beautiful about them is that their way of dress, it's a way that hasn't been told. It's a story that hasn't been told. These women were very independent. They would leave their home at a young age and become dancers, and the wealth that they collected as dancers, they would wear around their head and their necks. So we just loved the story, and we took that story and we made it into an African story that's told in a New York way.
We're going to look at some prints today?
Yes, some silk prints.
One of the most important steps in telling that story is picking the right fabric. Like kids in a candy shop, the Mohallim sisters are on a mission to find prints that convey a cultural message.
The Somali woman is a woman who has strength, and so we want to evoke this through our collection. So we keep that design aesthetic in mind. So we design really flowy, beautiful dresses that have a nice, strong print that showcases the strength that these women have.
For our Spring 2010 collection, we also used Somali references and inspirations. There was this one silhouette that's worn by every woman in Somalia. It's a dira.
Yeah.
And so we got a lot of feedback from Somalis everywhere, because a lot of our, I guess, consumers and fans are writing us and they're saying, well, you guys are making beautiful clothes, but some of them are not modest enough, especially for the Somali culture, Somali women. So that's something that we really had to pay attention to and try to create something for everyone while staying true to the collection. Hi, Peter.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Once the twins decide on the right print and the right design, the collection comes to life in this small Manhattan factory.
This factory really does a great job. That's why we like to work with her. If you look at the clean finish on the inside.
When the clothes are tailored to Mataano standards, they hit stores and boutiques like this one in the heart of Brooklyn.
What's great about this boutique is they support local designers. They carry a few local and African designers, and they've been with us since our launch, and they appeal to the same target audience as we do, so it's a good fit. This is one of our pieces from Spring 2010. As you can see, it's really bright. It's full of floral prints, and it's 100% silk.
The Mohallim sisters say being twins in business definitely comes with some pros.
We always have someone to talk to, and if we really support and help each other. We can do this without each other. So the main advantage is,
If I go on vacation, it can work. That
And some cons.
People always want to compare us. It's like right away is who's the nicer one?
Yeah.
Who's the most outgoing one?
Don't compare twins.
The Mataano brand still has a long road ahead, and the twins are getting ready for the next challenge. Their new collection will debut on runways in South Africa this summer during Africa Fashion Week. It's a big step, they say, in the right direction.
In the next few years, we definitely want to expand our business. We want to go global. We want to be in Europe and Middle East and especially Africa. So we want to speak to the global consumer.
But we want to do shoes, bags, clothing. And once we have the women's market on lock, we'll do perfumes.
Yeah. We're bringing a positive story, and people connect with that, you know, because we're following the American dream. And we've come from a lot of obstacles we've had to assimilate.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, there's so many immigrants, so many different individuals doing that throughout the diaspora, throughout Africa. So there is positive stories that need to be told. And so I think it's really refreshing, you know, to hear a different side of Somalia. We're not all pirates.
Well, you know, it's hard to believe the twins already have 3 collections under their belt. And that is all we have time for. But before we go, we want to remind you, the Continent's conversation continues all week long. Just head to our Twitter page. Now, last week, our focus was Ghana, you may remember. And the question we posed to you was this: do you think Ghanaians will benefit from the discovery of oil in their country? Well, Mustafa in Nigeria tweeted, no, if oil really makes a difference, then it should have been visible in the faces of Nigerians. Charles in New York City says money and oil will not solve Africa's problems, the people will. We'll keep checking our Twitter site, and you can keep checking us out on cnn.com/InsideAfrica. I'm Aisha Sasay. Thank you for watching.